Liberal policies are to blame, as Canada is less safe than ever before. Welcome to Wake Up Canada News. I'm Brad Wilder. This next article was researched and written by one of our Wake Up Canada News contributing reporters. From 2006 to 2014, Canada's streets were getting safer. The crime severity index fell from 100 to 66.9, and violent crimes per 100,000 people dropped from 13,087 to 1,044. Communities were secure, families could walk in their neighborhoods without fear, and seniors could feel safe in their own homes. But everything changed in 2015 when Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party took power. Violent crime began climbing immediately. A series of policy changes weakened the protections Canadians once relied on. Bill C-75 passed in 2019, rewriting the rules for bail and sentencing. It emphasized releasing accused individuals as early as possible on the least amount of conditions, required judges to consider circumstances like Indigenous status or vulnerability in decisions, and streamlined procedures for efficiency. While the law was sold as fairness and modernization, the result was predictable. Dangerous offenders were released more easily. Repeat offenders returned to the streets, and violent crime began rising again. At the same time, Canada opened the doors to millions of migrants. Over the last 10 years, including programs prioritizing fast-tracked entry for anyone claiming to be LGBTQ+, regardless of background. These programs were presented as humanitarian and progressive. While the stated intent was to protect vulnerable people, the reality was that background checks were minimal, and authorities often could not verify criminal histories in the applicants' home countries. The outcome was that some violent, unstable, and destructive individuals entered Canada with very little oversight. Combined with the softened justice system, this contributed to rising violent crime, homelessness, and social instability in our cities. The consequences are visible everywhere. In my city, streets are unsafe. Shelters and food banks are overflowing. People freeze in the streets in winter. Violence has become routine. Murders, stabbings, robberies, and assaults are happening on our streets daily. Families can't walk safely, seniors fear leaving their homes, and ordinary Canadians are paying the price for policies that prioritized ideology over safety. Even as this crisis deepened, the Liberals only responded years later with piecemeal reforms. Amendments in late 2023 and early 2024 attempted to tighten bail and sentencing for repeat violent offenders, home invasions, and even organized crime. But by then, the damage was done. Now, with Mark Carney continuing in a leadership role, the same priorities persist. Ideological programs, global optics, and political symbolism remain central, while public safety remains an afterthought. The pattern is undeniable. Policies that make it easier for accused criminals to avoid detention, combined with migration programs that allowed people in without proper verification, have left Canadians living in fear. Streets are dangerous, neighborhoods are unsafe, and families cannot trust the justice system to protect them. Liberal priorities, from social justice and equity frameworks to fast-track migration streams, have systematically weakened Canada's safety net. This is not random. This is the outcome of decades of policies that consistently put ideology, political optics, and symbolic programs above the safety of Canadians. Violent crime is rising, homelessness is exploding, shelters and food banks are overwhelmed, and communities are falling apart. Canadians deserve a government that puts public safety first, not politics, not ideology, and not symbolic gestures. Until that happens, ordinary citizens will continue to pay the price. Thanks for watching Wake Up Canada News. Please like, share, and follow us on any of your favorite socials, including Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and our website at wakeupcanadanews.com. Till next time, remember you're the voice, and it's time to make it count. I'm Brad Wilder. I'll see you again soon.